High above the city streets, a woman aims with surgical precision. Her target? A soda can in the hand of a passerby below. But this isn't a stunt. It's a calculated move to save a life. Just 1 hour earlier, chaos erupted at a high society party when a gang of masked robbers stormed in. Their leader didn't say a word. He simply hurled a gas canister into the room and strapped on an oxygen mask. His men followed suit. Within seconds, every wealthy guest in the room collapsed, unconscious. It was clearly a premeditated assault. The robbers even planted explosives. Paralyzed by the threat, the police couldn't take any chances. Their only hope? The woman hanging outside the skyscraper window. Her name is Joey. Joey's life is anything but ordinary. Ever since she was a child, she longed for freedom. Her home life was a mess. Her older brother, Michael, has autism. Their father was hot-tempered, constantly yelling, mostly at Michael, and fighting with their mother. As soon as Joey was old enough, she found escape in an unusual job, cleaning the windows of high-rise buildings. Somehow, being up there made her feel at peace. That morning started like any other. Joey was jolted awake by her alarm, though it had likely been ringing for a while. She rushed to wash her face, her phone vibrating nonstop. It was the Autism Care Center. The director had bad news. Michael could no longer stay there. The reason? He had somehow hacked into the facility's computer and leaked confidential information to the media, damaging the center's reputation. The director insisted Joey pick him up immediately. Michael was thrilled to go home. But then Joey got another call, this time from her boss, Derek. If she didn't show up by 2 p.m., she shouldn't bother coming in at all. And to make things worse, her motorcycle broke down. Left with no choice, Joey and Michael caught the bus. Along the way, Michael, with his usual blunt honesty, said, "It's not my fault. Those bastards had to pay." Joey wanted to snap back, but Michael interrupted. "We're on the wrong bus." They scrambled to get off, running through the streets in a panic to find the right one. But the stress triggered a meltdown. Michael began shouting loudly in public. Still, Joey stayed calm. She gently reassured him and brought him to her workplace. After asking a colleague to watch him, Joey rushed upstairs to the control room, unaware of just how critical her role would become. Derek had one more demand. Joey would need to work an extra hour. This time, she'd be on the job until late evening. Wasting no time, Joey geared up and rappelled down the side of the building to the 50th floor, resuming her window cleaning duties. Her colleague, Noah, came over for a quick chat, teasing her about bringing her brother to work. "If I hadn't," she replied dryly, "I'd have been fired." Eventually, Noah's shift ended, and Joey was left to finish the job alone. But then, out of nowhere, Michael appeared right in front of her. An argument erupted. Frustrated and overwhelmed, Michael suddenly ran off. As Joey tried to make sense of everything, Derek's voice crackled through her headset. He demanded to know if she'd cleaned the 51st floor, because a party was about to be held there, packed with high-ranking officials. Joey considered lying, but Derek didn't buy it. He ordered her onto the platform immediately. Her head spinning, Joey reluctantly complied. Michael had vanished. She was exhausted. And now this? Frustrated, distracted, and barely holding it together, Joey dropped the sponge from her hand. Trouble. But oddly enough, no one seemed to notice. Meanwhile, a group of masked individuals entered the building, supposedly a performance troupe hired by the assistant manager. They made their way to the 51st floor meeting room. But something was off. Their movements were sharp, tactical, like they were scanning the room. Joey, from the outside, saw nothing suspicious. She radioed Derek to pull her back up. He grumbled, as always, but reached for the lever. Then it happened. Without warning, several masked men stormed into the control room. They didn't say a word. They just raised their weapons and shot Derek dead. His lifeless body collapsed onto the platform controls. The lever jolted downward. Joey's platform dropped suddenly, stopping halfway down the building. Dangling there, suspended in midair, Joey had no idea that her world was about to unravel even further. Joey, still suspended midair, thought Derek was just messing with her again. She had no idea the robbers had already seized control of both the building's surveillance system and her platform. Inside, the masked men began to move. Everyone at the party calmly put on oxygen masks, just as a disguised canister, posing as a drink, began releasing an anesthetic gas. Within moments, the entire room of elite billionaires collapsed, unconscious. Michael, still inside the building, noticed the strange smoke and instantly sensed danger. He slipped away and hid inside a nearby storage room, quiet, alert, and unseen. Meanwhile, the robbers began placing oxygen masks on the unconscious billionaires. One by one, they began to wake up, confused, disoriented, and completely under the robbers' control. But the leader quickly noticed someone was missing. He ordered his men to search the building. At that exact moment, Joey found herself outside one of the tycoon's windows. Through the glass, she watched as the robbers pushed open the door and placed a mask on the executive inside. Panicking, the tycoon spotted Joey through the window and cried out, "There's a cleaner." But, in a cruel twist of fate, one of the robbers misunderstood. He thought the tycoon was accusing him. The man tore off his mask. It was Noah, Joey's co-worker. Things escalated quickly. The hostages were soon rounded up and brought into a single room. Then, the robbers played a video, and their leader stepped forward to reveal their true identities. They weren't just criminals. They were members of a radical environmentalist organization. And their targets? The very billionaires in the room. The leader exposed the truth. The so-called eco-friendly photovoltaic project these tycoons had invested in was nothing but a cover. Behind the scenes, the project was an environmental catastrophe. Hidden on a remote island, factories were illegally dumping toxic waste into the ocean, destroying ecosystems and poisoning local communities. The water was black, the air unbreathable, and the lives of the island's residents shattered. Now, the robbers weren't here for money. They were here for revenge and for justice. To teach these ruthless tycoons a lesson, the group had planned everything down to the last detail. The boss brought all the billionaires onto a stage, determined to expose their crimes to the world, live and unfiltered. But instead of guilt or remorse, one of the tycoons just laughed it off and tried to offer money to make it all disappear. That was the last straw. Noah, already seething, snapped. Without warning, he grabbed a wine bottle and smashed it into the tycoon's mouth, killing him instantly. The boss rushed to pull Noah back. This wasn't supposed to happen. The boss had never intended to hurt anyone. His mission was about truth, about justice, not murder. What he didn't know was that Joey had seen everything from the outside. Trapped midair outside the building, Joey realized a hostage situation was unfolding right in front of her. She tried shouting for help, but from that height, no one could hear her. Then she had an idea. She scraped wax from the platform and wrote the international SOS signal across the glass. Then she lit it on fire. Down below, pedestrians looked up and saw the blazing distress call. They immediately alerted the authorities. Inside the control room, the robbers were quick to react. They notified the boss. Someone had signaled for help, and the message came from the outside. That's when the boss realized the window cleaner was still out there. He ordered Noah to take care of it. Moments later, Noah reached the window and locked eyes with Joey. Neither of them said a word. Then Noah gave a signal to raise her platform. But Joey wasn't going down quietly. She pulled out a screwdriver and jammed it into the lift's mechanism, locking it in place. Inside, chaos escalated. One of the billionaires made a run for it, but the entire floor was sealed off. There was nowhere to go. He was quickly captured and dragged back, right in front of the boss. Noah, completely unhinged now, raised his gun, ready to kill the tycoon on the spot. The boss shouted for him to stop, but Noah turned around and shot the boss dead. It was a coup. Noah had never believed in exposing the truth. He believed the rich were irredeemable and deserved to die. He had already bought off several members of the group. Those who didn't obey were eliminated. Now, the others followed his orders. Noah dragged the boss's body to the window and tossed him off the building. The body slammed onto Joey's platform. Shocked, Joey stepped closer and saw a pistol tucked into the boss's belt. Carefully, she reached for it, trying not to make a sound. But as she looked up, Michael was there. They locked eyes. Then suddenly, more footsteps. It was Noah. He demanded to know where Michael was. Thinking fast, Joey replied. He got bored and went home. But Noah wasn't buying it. He ordered his men to sweep the entire building, determined to find Michael. What he didn't know was that Michael was standing right behind him. Just then, a call came in. The police were approaching fast. Noah glanced at Joey, still suspended outside the window, and got an idea. He pulled out his phone and called the police. With a calm voice, he claimed there was a deranged gunman outside the building, right where Joey was. Then, he pointed his gun at a terrified waiter lying on the floor and threatened Joey, "Fire shots at the ground, or this man dies." To make it louder, he even removed the silencer. Joey had no choice. She took aim and fired. But what stunned everyone was her precision. From hundreds of meters up, she fired warning shots that landed perfectly, without hitting a soul. The shots echoed through the city. Police helicopters quickly focused their spotlights on her. Snipers locked on. Fingers tightened on triggers. But before a shot could be fired, the ground commander, a calm and sharp officer named Claire, stepped in. She checked the ID. Joey wasn't just any civilian. She was a former elite Special Forces operative, forced to resign after assaulting a teammate. But Claire saw through it. Only a trained soldier could make such precise shots and still avoid hurting anyone. Meanwhile, Joey noticed something. Tucked under the dead leader's body was a cell phone. She edged her way toward it. But suddenly, the platform gave way. The leader's body plummeted to the ground. Joey nearly fell too, but her harness held strong. Hanging in midair, she grabbed the phone and called the police, finally reaching Commander Claire directly. She explained everything: the hostage situation, the bombs, the rogue leader, and her brother, still inside. She begged them to act fast. After the call, Joey began searching for a way back into the building. But the windows were reinforced. Her wrench couldn't even scratch the glass. Back inside, things turned darker. Noah had lost all control. He ordered bombs to be strapped to every tycoon. This wasn't just a message anymore. It was going to be a massacre. Live streamed worldwide. Each billionaire and official was forced to confess their crimes on camera. Once they finished, Noah's men activated the bombs and placed a pulse-detecting bracelet on him, wired to the detonators. If Noah's heart stopped beating for more than 5 seconds, everyone inside would die. Just then, Claire called again. Noah calmly picked up the phone, taunting her with the bracelet. One wrong move, and the building would become a tomb. But before Claire could respond, the SWAT team captain, acting without orders, sent a squad to breach the front entrance. But no one saw it coming. The SWAT breach ended in disaster. Before the squad even reached the lobby, boom, an explosion tore through the building. Claire, horrified, ordered a retreat. But it was too late. All team members dead. Now, the truth was clear. Noah was deadly serious. Negotiations collapsed. The entire operation shifted. Claire, watching the live broadcast feed, suddenly remembered someone: Joey. If anyone could turn the tide, it was her. Claire reached out, trying to convince Joey to intervene. At first, Joey refused. She didn't want to get caught in the middle of this war. But Claire played her last card. "If you help save the hostages, I'll help you get your discharge compensation." That made Joey pause. But what neither woman realized was that Noah was listening. The call was being monitored. Now, knowing Joey planned to intervene, Noah gave the order: plant a bomb near her location. Claire immediately warned Joey, and Joey had no choice but to climb across the side of the building, moving fast and silent. Inside, Michael was growing anxious. He could feel his sister was in danger. Outside, Joey pushed forward. She just made it to the other side when, boom, the bomb went off. Her entire platform exploded into fire and smoke. Noah assumed she was dead, but Joey survived. She glanced toward a nearby helicopter and got an idea. She signaled to the sniper on board: "Shoot the glass." "Let me in." The sniper opened fire, round after round, but the building's reinforced glass wouldn't crack. Running out of time and strength, Joey grabbed her rescue tool, pounding at the window herself. But she was exhausted. Her arms gave out. She was slipping until crash. Michael appeared. With perfect timing, he shattered the glass and pulled Joey inside. She collapsed breathless. But there was no time to rest. Noah was now negotiating directly with Claire. He demanded a large bus for escape and warned: any interference and the hostages die. At the same time, Noah's team discovered the shattered window. They realized the worst. Joey was alive, and she was inside. Noah sent men to hunt her down. Elsewhere, Michael began showing signs of another autistic episode. He was overwhelmed. Joey knelt beside him, calm and reassuring. She told him, "This is like the final Marvel battle. We're going in to steal the Infinity Stones." She needed him to hack into Noah's system. The reference helped. Michael found his focus. Together, they ran toward the surveillance control floor. Pursuers followed close behind, but Joey was no ordinary fighter. With Michael's help, she used tactical precision to take down two enemies. But just when things seemed under control, a gun clicked behind her. A woman, standing in the shadows, had Joey in her sights. The fight was brutal. Joey, though exhausted, turned to burst pipe into a weapon, scalding her attacker. But this woman wasn't just any thug. She was trained, relentless. They crashed through levels, grappling midair. The woman scrambled to grab a pistol, ready to end it. But then, boom. Michael, in a rare act of bravery, shouted and tossed a grenade, saving his sister's life. With danger momentarily cleared, the siblings pressed on to the surveillance room. Inside, Z, one of Noah's team, was watching a hidden clip embedded in the broadcast video. Her face turned pale. In the footage, Noah confessed everything. Not just the mission, but his final plan. "I'm not walking out of here. The billionaires won't either. This is the price of justice." A martyrdom mission. Noah intended to die with the 300 hostages. Z panicked. She struck the guard beside her with a chair, making a run for it. Bang! She was shot. But Joey arrived just in time and took the shooter down. Ignoring Z's condition, Joey and Michael rushed into the control room. They found the video, watched the confession. Michael, shaken, murmured, "I kinda get what he's saying." But the moment Noah said everyone must die, Michael snapped back. "Nope, that's crazy." He immediately started working, cracking Noah's system, disabling the virus, unlocking elevators, cutting the live feed, retrieving the drive. Downstairs, Claire saw the changes. The elevators moved, the doors unlocked, her signal to strike. 2 assault teams advanced, 1 from above, 1 from below. Joey told Michael, "Take the elevator, get out, now." She stayed behind to finish this fight. Meanwhile, Noah realized the tide was turning. He strapped more bombs to the tycoons, then went to find Joey himself. The police stormed the main hall. A shootout erupted, but Claire warned, "Don't kill Noah. If he dies, the bombs go off." Noah and 2 men closed in on Joey. The first man, strangled. Joey grabbed an axe, lying in wait. SWAT forces clashed with the remaining robbers. Bomb squads frantically worked to defuse the devices, but time was short. Now, Noah sat alone in the building, waiting. He knew Joey would come. He didn't plan to resist. He wanted it to end, right here, right now. Joey finally arrived. Noah, calm at first, suddenly snapped. He lunged, took her down, overpowered her. "Where's the drive?" he shouted. Joey just smirked. "Not with me." The final fight had come. Joey and Noah clashed one last time, fists flying, rage colliding with ideology. But Joey, she was trained, precise, ruthless when needed. With a sharp twist and a well-placed kick, she sent Noah flying out the shattered window. He barely caught a cable, dangling above the chaos. Desperate, unhinged, Noah began ranting. "You don't get it. This was bigger than you, bigger than me. I was going to save the world." But Joey just raised her hand slowly and revealed something chilling. The detonator bracelet. She had slipped it onto Noah's wrist during the struggle. His eyes widened in shock. Checkmate. Now, the pulse trigger would delay the bombs, long enough for police to finally disarm every one of them. The hostages lived. The building didn't explode. The truth, for now, remained hidden. To the public, just another terrorist attack. But for Joey, she got what she came for. Her discharge compensation. No more dangling off skyscrapers for minimum wage. Later, she found Michael, safe, alive. The 2 siblings embraced, tighter than ever before. "We'll stick together from now on," she whispered. And that hard drive? Still with them. Eventually, Joey released the real footage online, exposing the corruption, the pollution, the double-dealing of the so-called green billionaires. In a twisted way, Noah's wish was fulfilled. He didn't live to see it, but his truth lit a spark. And that's where the movie ends. Blackheart, a story of justice, trauma, and 2 siblings who stood against a system, armed with nothing but grit, code, and a cause. If you like this video, smash that like button, subscribe for more action-packed breakdowns, and I'll see you in the next one.